Like and subscribe right now, or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week. In our world, every living thing has to face death at some point. None of us can get off this train, so to say. And just like humans pass on, either from natural reasons or from accidents, so too do animals pass on. Be warned, most cases in this video today will be full of sad incidents. Let's get started with 10 times animals had to say goodbye. 10 times animals had to say goodbye. Number 10. Harambe. On May 28, 2016, a 3-year-old child stepped into the fenced-in gorilla section at the Cincinnati Zoo. When Harambe, a 17-year-old endangered silverback gorilla, started to drag the child by his lower legs, animal handlers shot him. There was no real way to tell what Harambe was up to, whether or not he would have harmed the child. Risks couldn't be taken, and so he had to be put down. Following his death, Harambe's memory changed from that of a zoo animal into a legend. The little child that had fallen into Harambe's habitat was hospitalized for a brief period of time, but was only slightly harmed. Sadly, regardless of how anyone may feel about how Harambe was killed, there's nothing we can do to bring him back. The zoo director stated that he was shattered about losing Harambe, but a child was potentially in danger, and the dangerous animal response team had to make a quick decision. Even still, the entire situation caused not just commotion from the locals at Queen City, but worldwide. Number 9. Britannia. Britannia passed away in 2006. With her handler, this brilliant retriever is famous for her relentless pursuit and rescue tasks at catastrophic destinations. For her debut mission, she was among 300 or so other search canines who were utilized for their strong noses to seek out survivors in the rubble of the World Trade Centers during 9/11. In the years that followed, Britannia undertook many other duties in terrible circumstances, like Hurricane Katrina. After she retired, she enjoyed simple, low-key tasks, like being a reading assistant's dog. She listened gently as students focused on reading out loud to her. In all, Britannia's long and outstanding service was so significant that, when she arrived for the last time at the veterinarian, firefighters and other service responders attended to salute her. And as her body was taken away, hanging in an American flag, they saluted her again. Number 8. Petals. Petals, New Jersey's cherished, upstanding, strolling wild bear, was killed during the 2016 bear chase. The bear had been caught on film moving around in a rather human-like manner, thus where he got his name, which is another way to say bipedal. Petals had a handicap in his front forepaws. However, he was quite healthy in the wild, despite the handicap. He was first recorded in 2014 and immediately amassed a fan following online. But then a few months passed with no sightings or news about him. This caused the existing footage of him to turn into a web sensation, making Petals both a neighborhood and public big name. However, tragically, during the bear hunting season, other unofficial statements online said that a hunter had used an arrow and killed him. The hunter allegedly said he'd needed him dead for almost 3 years, and that he was proud of the kill. Number 7. Drain eagle. A female bald eagle sadly died from severe injuries she sustained after being stuck in a sewer drain. She was in severe condition and veterinarians weren't able to save her, the Orlando Sentinel detailed. She got caught in the drain after fighting with a male eagle in Orlando, Florida. Pictures posted online showed the pair tussling. Witnesses say they saw 2 eagles battling in the sky before they lost control and fell into a sewer drain. After 30 or so minutes, the male somehow made his way out of the drain, but she fell further into the sewer. Traffic was brought to a halt so authorities from the Audubon Center for Birds of Prey could attempt to save her. Even an enormous group gave shout-outs to them, but the preservation reported that the bald eagle passed, despite them trying every effort to save the amazing bird. Number 6. Frozen moose. 2 moose were found frozen in the ice close to a distant town on Alaska's western coast. Brad Webster, a teacher in Unalakleet, took pictures of the tremendous creatures sticking out of the ice. They lay on their sides, with their antlers almost tied together. At first, he said there was only 1 moose and that it had been shot. But when he drew nearer, he saw there were 2. This was at the end of moose rutting season, so both moose have most likely been fighting over a female. Webster's guess is that one of the moose was injured by the other, and with their antlers locked, both tumbled into the ice and quickly froze to death. Some men returned to the scene and dug the bodies out from 20 centimeters or 8 inches of ice. Webster left the carcasses behind but took the heads, placing them in his yard. This is a perfect portrayal of how strange some deaths can be in nature. Number 5. Switzerland cow suicides. Local people of the Swiss town Lauterbrunnen are still confused as to why 28 cows essentially killed themselves. In 2009, right outside of their village, over the range of 3 days, a total of 28 cows would move toward a similar spot on a rough cliffside, and then leap to their deaths. What's even weirder about the circumstance is that police have commented that the region isn't home to any hunters that could have made the cows jump. Also, cows don't tend to have a very good estimation of great heights, so wouldn't they have avoided cliffs? This is, indeed, one of the strangest animal deaths we've ever heard. Why do you think the cows all mass killed themselves? If you know, we'd really like to read your comments below. Number 4. Chilean penguin. Again, we'll talk about a strange mass animal death here. In Chile in 2009, a mass of animals all died along the shores. Initially, 1,200 penguins washed ashore the southern coast over the span of a few days. It was even more bizarre, as marine biologists who reviewed the bodies couldn't find any reason for their deaths. And then, heaps of sardines seemed to die of the same mysterious reason that the penguins had, washing ashore in huge amounts at a time. Even to this day, no one knows with certainty what caused the passing of such countless animals, and in such a short span of time. Number 3. Baby elephant. A 4-month-old elephant passed away because she hadn't received the proper nutrients after she was rescued from extreme wounds brought on by an animal trap and shots. But sadly, Feng Fasai passed away following lengthy efforts to save her. Officials released a statement on social media concerning the sad news, stating that even though there were extreme wounds, Feng Fasai had been reacting well and slowly healing. However, she wasn't getting the needed nutrients that she needed from elephant milk. Staff at Nongnuch Garden, where she received treatment, attempted to keep her alive at least until the following month, when 2 elephants at the nursery would conceive and have milk to share. But on November 28, Feng Fasai was protected from a trap. However, she severely injured her leg and it had to be amputated. The hunters even shot 10 times at her front right leg. Not long after, she passed away. Number 2. George the tortoise. Lonesome George the Pinta tortoise finally returned to his home after spending 5 years with taxidermists in New York. Though he's passed away, his legacy is still very much alive. In June 2012, George passed away and his remains were sent to New York to be preserved via professional taxidermists. With the assistance of the Galapagos Conservancy, the last Pinta tortoise became the superstar of a hit exhibition at the American Museum of Natural History in 2014. For some years leading up to his passing, people tried to find a mate for George so he could continue his legacy. But before a female could be acquired, Lonesome George died. This tortoise literally embodies extinction, with those who know of his story of loneliness moved by his life, his death, and now his afterlife. If you wish to know more about Lonesome George, you can read the book Lonesome George: The Life and Loves of a Conservation Icon. Number 1. Coco the gorilla. Coco the gorilla passed away peacefully at the age of 46. Throughout her life, she was noted for her capacity to learn signal language, mastering over 1,000 signs for human words. This greatly helped her understand and associate with humans. She's also well known for having spent time with actor Robin Williams, though she, of course, had many other interests as well. When Coco was given a toy, she didn't care for it at all. But then, for her birthday in June 1984, she was given a gray kitten named All Ball. Overjoyed, Coco carried him around with her everywhere. Her love of cats bolstered her popularity in the media. Penny Patterson, Coco's trainer, claims that Coco expressed great interest in taking care of cats. Subsequently, Coco named and cared for several adopted kitties. She died of natural causes in her dreams. Her last words were, "Help Earth, hurry!" That is all for today's video. Thank you all for watching. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these 2 videos on your screen. See you there.